All right. Yeah. Good evening to all. So now I hope you completed whatever we discussed previously regarding the Fraunhofer diffraction. Uh, Today we're gonna start Fresnel diffraction. Okay. Uh, do you guys have any doubts so far? Do you have any kind of general question related to optics? Please post the question in the chat box. Uh, I also mentioned that in the group, if you want to be in the group, please you have to attend it. If you don't want to be in the group, please send me a message. I'll remove from that. So I want to grow. I want to keep the optics group very serious. And those who are in that group, I will provide you a lot of benefits. Definitely related to competitions, related to materials like in MSc or competitive exam information. I'll give a lot of information. So those who are in that group, definitely you'll have a more benefit than the other groups. So be serious. If you don't want to be in that group, please leave. That is a kind of master brain group, I would say. So I'll change that group, master brain BSc 2. But don't be lazy. I mean, as you guys know that there is a physics word inertia. Inertia, nothing but lazy. Okay, so don't be lazy. If you don't want to attend class today, you just send message. Okay, if you are attending, it's okay. But if you don't want to, please send me message. Get a permission from me. So be serious. I know that you have been in last 2 years, nothing. You didn't even, one more than 1 year. You have been, used to at home taking careless everything. But that doesn't make sense. So we do not have a group in the list. What is, Amulya, what I didn't get that? We do not have group in the list. No, I'm talking about, Amulya, what you want to talk? I didn't get it. So I mean, oh, this is not attendance, right? Is it attendance? Did you check that? Did you open this link?
Yes, sir, we opened it.
What is
But
that?
there we didn't get
Oh,
group, sir.
oh, you don't have the group?
Yeah, sir.
Oh, this is the old one. Okay. Let me share the new one. Actually, it's there. Okay, I think that was the old one. Where did I save it? I think there are some attendance. I just attendance. Why it's there? I think I posted both. Mm. Anyway, yeah, I can find it because I have a drive, so I can go open it. This is the okay. You see attendance. No, that's not actually that thing. What is this? Let me give me 1 second. I don't know why it should be showing this, but I did. Modern physics. Okay, I got it. Yeah, it was there. Okay. Please check this one, Amulya and other students. Please check it. Did you? Is it okay? Hope it's okay. Just let me know. Just post in the group if it is okay. Bhavani, Mamta, Jayalakshmi, Mulya, check it. I didn't see other members.
Okay, sir.
Is it okay? Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, but how about here? I can see only few members. Vamshi, very less members. What happened? Tell me others. Okay, you can use the chat box. I didn't see the many members. I mean, one day we have seen like almost like close to 30. Why? Is there any issues again? If I just take alternate class, alternate days, you're not attending class, which is very bad. Anyway, I'm going to without wasting of my time and your time, let me I think what I can do, first thing I would like to go where we started the right. Okay. So here I just want to so yes, why I open this, tell me. So this is, I just want to again, after a long time, like I just want to again go through this differences. Since we completed Fraunhofer, we already completed the diffraction, Fraunhofer diffraction due to single slit, due to double slit, due to grating. A lot of things we completed, right? Conditions in each case. What are the conditions for bright, dark fringe, central fringe, right? When you have a double slit and grating, you have an interference and diffraction pattern. What are the conditions for diffraction? What are the conditions for the interference? All we discussed Fraunhofer. Now it's time for the Fresnel. So the differences are here. You know that in Fresnel we use the cylindrical wave fronts. Fraunhofer we use the planar wave fronts. Here, they are the source of screen at a finite distance from the obstacle. Here, the source. This is wrong. Like source and screen. It's not off. Source and screen are at a finite distance from the obstacle. So these two, whatever we are talking about, source and so this is actually wrong. Source and screen are at a finite distance from the obstacle. This makes sense and move in a way that directly corresponding with any shift object. So they can move, but here it's fixed. The other case, it's a fixed, and here it's infinite. It's a 4 marks, very, very important question, as I mentioned previously. Cylindrical, planar, source should be finite distance. Here, source and screen should be infinite distance. They can move either side. Here, it's a fixed. Here, the diffraction pattern should be flat surface. Here, spherical surface. So these 4 points enough to remember. Okay. So now we understand what is actually Fresnel. So Fresnel definitely it is a cylindrical wavefront we use, and they keep the source and screen they place at a finite distance, right? They can move either side, and whatever the diffraction pattern you obtain, which is should be on flat surface. So that's what that's why I want to just go back to the where we are. It's a Fresnel diffraction, yes. So now we know the what is Fresnel diffraction, right? So this is also very, very important long answer question. Basically, sometimes if they split, it's going to be, if they give the question for 12 marks, it may give like, 6 plus 6. If the question is 20 marks, it may come for 10 marks, like A, B bits, okay? So this is a very, very important question. Last year also they asked this one. What is Fresnel off period zones? What are this is really very important in competitive exams too. Fresnel's off period zones. What is the meaning we have to understand now, which is very important actually. Really, it's very important. You need to understand all these zones actually. What are these zones? It's a very important. So this question, you have to write heading first in the notebook. Fresnel's off period zones. Okay. And this is the diagram you have to remember. The first one, second one, third one. What is the difference is going on? This you have to remember. And the distance B is the from slit O to P, where you collect the image. This is the, so as I mentioned, what type of wavefront? It's a what wavefront we use here? Tell me. Cylindrical, right? Yeah. Use the chart box. Amulya and other members should just don't talk, but the chart box should be like a fill with anything. So active NPL. Na complete naku. Everybody should be so active. Wow. The second years are very passionate, are very innovative, are ready to make the even PowerPoint presentation on a given topic. So what we can do later on, I'll give assignment for you to, small topic. You take any topic of our topic, our subject, and give it presentation or use my slides as it is. You don't need to make it. Okay. We don't need to make it. We are using the spherical. See, what is the difference between the spherical and cylindrical? Can anyone? Cylindrical is, I mean, it's very hard to define. Cylindrical, spherical. You cannot see here, right? It's very hard to differentiate. If I say cylindrical and spherical, it's kind of tough to define by observing this picture. But as we have already gone through the differences between the Fresnel and Fraunhofer. I mean, we cannot see exactly cylindrical. I mean, we know the planar, we know the spherical. Planar is simply like that, right? Cylindrical, as you can see, like this or like this. But how about, spherical is like this. How about cylindrical? That's the question. It's kind of circular only. Cylindrical is nothing but circular only. Because it's kind of like this, right? It is a circular wavefront. Okay, so right, but don't forget the you have to complete your attendance. So don't forget that. I'll again post that, and also one of you take the screenshot for me, please. But don't anyone, Amulya or Jayalakshmi or anyone, Naveen, if it's Naveen is there, I don't know whether Naveen, I think Naveen is not attending.
In this corner, sir.
Naveen, what is your name?
Sunil, sir.
Sunil, yeah, you can take it, but organize like Naveen does, right? Like keeping side by side.
Okay, okay, sir.
I think it's possible. I think it does like that. It's good actually. Yeah, construction of this is an important question. Construction of off period zones on a spherical wavefront. Basically, this is a spherical. I mean, as I mentioned, spherical, cylindrical, they are very close. You can think about circular, spherical. Okay. So now we have to explain what is this. So now is actually Fresnel off period zone. Here we are taking the actually nothing but spherical wavefront. This is the spherical wavefront. Okay. So what are these actually? B is the minimum distance, right? Then when you go for first period zone, B plus lambda by 2. When you go for second one, B plus 2 lambda by 2. When you go third one, 3 by 2. B is constant. B plus, then you have to add this lambda by 2, 2 lambda by 2, 3 lambda by 2, like that. Very nice. So I hope you draw this. So now it's question. Okay, I think I have to change little bit. Wait, I think this one is. Give me 1 second to. Give me 1 second, beta. Give me 1 second. I'll just modify. What is this? Why it's like that? Oh, they're very tough. But anyway, I'll just. I thought I can change something now, but I don't want to. That takes time. Yeah, we use the same. Yeah. Okay. Right. So I just want to go through all this point. I don't want to, just, whatever the figure I just explained now, right? The above figure, okay? Let us keep it actually figure here so that we can read it. So this is A, B, C, D, the figure. What I can do, I can do what print the screen is there. I can. Yeah, it's fine. I thought I can change from here to that, but anyway. So you can see here A, B, C, D. It's a wavefront. Okay, it's a spherical wavefront on monochromatic light traveling towards the right. So this is just giving the names. Okay, every point, don't talk. Every point on this sphere, I can see the people are I can mute everybody. So whatever the important bit, let us first thing you have to ABC the spherical wavefront, which has actually which has a single wavelength, Okay. Okay. So this, okay. So monochromatic, this is the ABC wavefront, spherical wave. So first point is just take it as in a given figure, ABCD represents spherical wavefront with having the monochromatic light moving towards the right. That's it. First point. Second point. So every point on this sphere, may be thought of on the origin of secondary wavelet. This is what second point, according to Huygens principle, we already mentioned that every point on the wavefront act like a source for the next two wave for secondary wavelets. So similarly, every point on the sphere may be thought of as a origin is getting of secondary wavelet to find the resultant at a P. Second point is in. Third point. So we divide the wavefront into zones as following. So now after 3 points, we have a zones now. We're talking about zones, right? So first point is in this figure, we take the BCD is the spherical wavefront. Okay. Then what we do? We take here monochromatic light, every point on the wavefront, okay, treated as a a source for the origin for the secondary wavelets to find the resultant at P. Then we divide all these wavefronts into zones. Okay. So fourth point, we'll keep it as a fourth point, or I'll take the red line, red color. Okay. So around the point O, which is the foot of the perpendicular from the P, around the point O, which is the foot of the perpendicular P, a series of the circles are drawn whose distances from O is. So we already mentioned the previous slide, right? The previous slide, what it indicates? The radius, they draw the different. Here, see, R1, R2, R1. First circle is R1. Second circle is R2. Third circle is R3. So we just increase the radius. Okay. Here, this is a spherical wavefront, and you make the different circle with the different radiuses. That's it. So around circle point O, which is the foot of the perpendicular, which is actually, this is the foot of the perpendicular. Okay. We make the series of circle which are having the radius R1, R2, R3, etc. or such that each circle is half wavelength further from the P. Right? Why we are saying half? So from each circle, if you think about first circle and second circle, what is the difference between, tell me, Lana? It's just lambda by 2, right? It's just lambda by 2. Very nice. Okay, that's good. So, so now it's a question. But fine, okay. R1, R2 are such that they are half wavelength further from P. So fourth point is over. You can keep it like that. Fifth point, what you can areas of all the zones, that is of ring between the successive circles, are practically equal. If you take the areas, whatever the areas which we covered just now, which we have mentioned just now, completely they are same, because only lambda is increasing, right? Area of all zones. Let me go back. Area of all zones. So this zone must be equal to the next zone. I'm talking about that zone, because this is a 1 zone, 2 zones, 3 zones, like that. So each zone area is same. Okay. So now we have to go for the derivation. So radius of first half period zone is given by, how do you find radius, Nana? Radius of first period zone, how do we find it? You can use the chart box. How do you find radius from here? Can anyone tell me? How do we find this? Can anyone share your thought? Because I want to calculate this better. How do I calculate? This is like a right angle triangle. Okay. So this is the B is given, and B plus lambda by 2 is there. Hypotenuse is there. So if I say this is a R1, my R1 square plus B square is equal to how much, Nana? B square is equal to how much? Tell me. Tell me, beta. B plus lambda by 2 hypotenuse square. Is it clear? Can you respond in the chat box, please?
Yes, sir.
No, I told you to put it in the chat box, right? Yeah. So because when you open unmute, and a lot of disturbance will come. That's it. So now from here, I'm gonna calculate first one. So R1 square and this one, and this square plus this square equal to hypotenuse square. So R1 square B square is equal to, okay, tell my daddy, my bro, go. Tell B plus lambda by 2 square. Okay. So I want to calculate R1. B plus lambda by 2 whole square minus B square. Right? If I want to calculate R1, it's going to be square. B square plus lambda square by 4 plus 2 lambda B by 2 minus B square. B square cancel. 2 cancel. So how much we gonna get? Tell me, Nana. Lambda square by 4 plus lambda B. Is it clear for all? All of you clear this one? Gautami, Mamta, Amulya, Jayalakshmi, Sunil. Right? Is it clear? How do you, similarly, what you can get? R2 also you'll get it, right? Similarly, you'll also get R2. What is the difference? You take this triangle. Okay? You can also get that. So let me go back again. Yeah. So here what happened? Whatever we have done just now, okay. So this one cancel. You left only how much we got there? Lambda square by 4 plus B lambda B. So why this is so similarly to find R1? Yes, very good, right? So here, why the answer is this? They said approximately. Why this lambda square by 4 is approximately very less value now. Very less. So negligible. It is negligible. It is negligible. So we are keeping only this one is root lambda B or B lambda. So this is what R1. Similarly, radius of second half period zone is given by what happened? So again, B plus lambda whole square minus B square. Right? So because why your, so can anyone tell me how we got this one? Why this is? Because when you move to the R2 is equal to R2 square is equal to, right, B plus lambda by 2 is the first one. Then second one, you have to add lambda by 2, which is a square, right? This is hypotenuse, right? And we have to, B square is there, this side, base. So that will go for the minus B square, right? But what is going to be, Nana, this one?
2 lambda by 2.
Correct. That is going to be lambda, right? B plus lambda. 2 lambda by 2 is nothing but beta, it's a lambda.
Yes, sir.
So minus B square. So what? How much we are going to get? B square plus lambda square plus 2 lambda B minus B square. So here we are going to get, again we can neglect this guy. Lambda square approximately will take it negligible. So R2 equal to root of 2 beta lambda. R2 is equal to radius of the second half period zone is given by this. Radius of various third means, this is very important for competitive exam. They'll ask question like this. What is the ratio of, what is the ratio of, what is the, so did you, what is the ratio of radius of, oh, what is the radius of half period zones? What is the radius of R1 is to R2 is to R3? They will ask maybe first 3 radius. So you know that B lambda, you know, ratio 2B lambda, ratio 3B lambda. So what are you going to get? 1 is to root 2 is to root 3, right? So B lambda B. This is B. All B lambdas cancel. Is it clear, all of you? Yes? Yes, Amulya, clear, right? Thank you. But I can again, why you guys are dropping 20, it becomes 20. It was 23, right? I don't want this fluctuation. If you want to go out, please get the permission. Seriously, or otherwise, can I block them? No one can join again. I have an option, I can block you. If you go out, you can't join back. That is there. So tomorrow, what I can do, when I see the maximum number, I'll lock it. So you cannot, if you leave it, you cannot join. You have to request me. Or if you're leaving, send me message. That's it. Then I can give the permission. Okay. So now we understood. Long answer question, but be careful this. The radii are proportional to the square root of the natural number. Radii, here what is the, what you can give? Radius is actually proportional to the square roots of the natural number. Square root. So root B, root 2B, root 3B, like that. Okay. So the next question, next continuation of this is area of first half period zone. We completed the radius beta. We completed the radius. But now what we have to do? We have to calculate the area. So area means A1, first one. So we know that it's a pi r square. Circle shape. It's a circle shape. So that is going to be pi root pi b lambda whole square. That is going to be b lambda. Is it clear? Yeah. Area of second. Area of second, how do we get, tell me? How do we get area of second half period zone? Because you have to subtract this one, right? R2 minus R1. Sunil. So area for second half period, first one you have to get, right? So from here R2, this is R1. So R2 minus R2 square minus R1 square, or pi R2 square minus pi R1 square is the area of this, right? Is it correct? Gautami? Mamta? I want to calculate area of the second half period. So I need to subtract the first one, right? Is it clear? So, what? Don't need to talk now, just put the message. Okay? So what I can do, I just need to substitute it. R2 is 2b lambda, R1 is b lambda. So 2 minus 1, how much beta? It's 1 only, right? So pi b lambda. So we got the first area of the first half period zone, area of the second half period zone. It's a very easy question. So now it just points, last points, to approximate consider it is a therefore constant and independent of the m. There is no here. No. What's the, why did I? So area doesn't depend on the, here area is only depends on what? B and lambda. Lambda is constant anyway. It depends on only B, whatever we, this distance between this, right? P to O. So it doesn't depend on the any other factors, right? So why it's no, what is the, let me why it's, what is this? Why did I mention this? No, forget about this M actually. I don't know why should I mention this. That doesn't make sense. Okay. So here these 3 points are the important points. Don't forget about that. Whatever here, just these 3 points are very important. Increases the area formula, we got it this one, pi b lambda. So which is actually increases with increase of in the wavelength of light, because it depends on only lambda, right? Increases, b is the distance, right? So area depends on only b and lambda. So directly proportional to b, directly proportional to wavelength, right? So area increases, this increases with increase of wavelength, right? Increases with increase of the distance of the point P from the wavefront. So B is the, what is the B? It's the distance between the P and the
OP.
tangential point, wavefront. Okay. So this is also clear. Due to equality of area of zones, all zones areas are same. We got everything is same, right? The zone area does not depends on anything. It just depends on only B and lambda. Every zone area is getting same, right? We have proved already. First zone area, second zone area is same, right? So the amplitude contribution of the secondary wavelets from each zone is expected to be nearly same. So whatever the wavefront which is giving the waves, secondary wavelets, those are actually amplitude are same. Whatever here, the same one. Okay. So the amplitude of every wavelet from each zone is expected to be same. So these are the 3 points very important. And the competitive exam also they'll ask. Okay. I think it's over. No. It's your job, Syed Wasim Fatma. Yes. Yeah, you can take the screenshot and copy the notes, or I can anyway send the complete slides and give the 2 days break. You can copy everything. It's up to you. If you want to regularly update it, take some screenshots and complete that, only 4 or 5 screenshots, right? So long answer question is over. Long answer question is over. So next we are going to discuss zone plate. So very important question, we discussed it today. Fresnel off period zone. Let me summarize and we'll close it today for today. So Fresnel off period zones. Okay. So I think some people joined lately, but let me summarize. So here you can see the zones. What are these zones? Off period zones. Who discovered it? Fresnel discovered. What is the difference between the first and second? Only lambda by 2. That is, and he has used the spherical wavefront. Then just don't write too much text here. I just want you to write it few out of this entire slide. You just write 4 points. 1 point is consider first point. I'm gonna tell now. Consider A, B, C, D spherical wavefront which is having single wave lambda, which is having single lambda. That's first point over. Second point, consider ABCD spherical wavefront which is having single wavelength lambda. Then second point, every point on the spherical wavefront, every point on the spherical wavefront may be thought of origin for the secondary wavelets. Every point on the spherical wavefront may be thought of, or every point on the spherical wave may be treated as a origin for the secondary wavelets to find the resultant at P. And we divide the wavefront into different zones. Okay. So around point O, which is the foot perpendicular to the foot of the perpendicular from the P, and the series of circles are drawn whose distances from O measure arcs are R1, R2, or these are actually radius of the each circle, and the which is having actually half wavelength is more than the previous one. Okay. The next area of all zones of ring between are practically same. We have already proved that. So this is what point construction. You just need to draw the diagram and write some points about that. That's it. Then moving into derivations. First thing, you have to find the radius. Radius is nothing but from the diagram, you know that it's right angle triangle diagrams. Very simple. Find the R1 square plus B square is equal to B plus lambda. First, so hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square, or opposite side square, adjacent side square. From here, you calculated you bring this into other side, it's going to be minus, and if you remove the square, it's going to be root. And when you expand this a plus b whole square, b square gets cancelled. This is negligible, and you're going to have this. Similarly, when you go for the R2, which is actually b plus lambda by 2 plus lambda by 2. So this is going to be lambda. So b plus lambda whole square minus b square. So this is same again. You have to use the from here. From here you completed. Now it's a from here you have to do, then from here you have to do. So each one is, first one is b plus lambda by 2. Second one is b plus lambda by 2 plus lambda by 2. So 1 lambda by 2 additional to the previous zone, half period zone. So that is going to be this. When you expand it, you're going to get this. Again, here you are negligible this. So right. So now what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the areas. How do we calculate area? It's easy, right? So area A1 pi R1 square. So you already know that R1 is square. When you do the square, simply B lambda over A1 is this. How do you get A2? A2 is simple. Pi R2 square minus R1 square. Why? Because when you have these square circles, B. So here, what is going on? So this is R2 and this is R1. So R2 minus R1, you will get this area. So R2 minus, you already know that pi R2 square is already root 2 square. When you do the square is how much? 2b lambda. R1 square is b lambda. So from here, what are you going to get it? 2 minus 1, 1, 5b lambda. So which is actually same. So A1 is equal to A2 is equal to A3. So area is constant in case of off period zones, Fresnel prism zones. So, but what it depends? Area depends on lambda and b. Lambda b. So area increases, the zone area increases as wavelength increases. Zone area increases as b also increases. That's it. Hope it's clear, right? Is it clear? All these points are over. Is it clear for all of you? Gautam is okay, very nice. So zone plate, we're going to discuss it next. It's going to be again long answer question. After this, I think mostly we this is the question. I think there are 2-3 classes we're going to complete it. That's it. 2 more classes. 2 more classes, or maybe I can complete it 1 class only. If time permit, if I take completely 1 hour, I'll complete the lesson. This is a model paper, but yeah, I think next class we'll try to finish it. Tomorrow is Friday. Saturday we'll close this chapter. Saturday we'll complete the chapter. Any doubts from anyone? Tell me. I want you to be active participant, not like a passive. I want to see talent of my students. It's clear, sir. Syed, Wasim, Padma, thank you. Sunil, thank you. Shivakumar, very nice. Kumar, yeah, Nitish, very nice. Nitish also there. Bhavani. I could see many people. I mean, I remember all of you know your names. See, when I get your names in my brain, which means you are doing wonder. Definitely. Always, even when I was doing, MSc in Hyderabad Central University, I always sit in the front bench. I always interact with the professors, and they used to give me guidance. They always remember my name. They're unable to call my name, but North Indian professors, Pawat. It was wonderful interaction with them. So don't escape. You try to interact. You don't get opportunity to talk to me also later. After this course, I don't even care, right? Once I complete my course, what should I do? When you come, I'll definitely help you. But before that, you try to, when I am teaching you, it's a good opportunity to, speak. Why you scared? Tell me, I don't beat you. I'm your guide. I can definitely help you guys. You're my students. You guys are master brain. I just want to help you. That's it. To sharpen your brain. Right? Any doubts, beta? See, they're leaving. When I ask question, you're leaving. That's it. Okay. You should ask me. So I'll ask question for you guys. Next class, I hope you to think about it. Okay. Let me ask general question. I guess you're ready? General question. I'm going to ask general question. The first question I'm going to ask, maybe I'll ask only one question today. So what is the principle? What is the, note down, what is the principle involved? What is the principle involved in micro oven? What is the principle involved in micro oven which could help to cook the food? Which could help to cook the food. And whatever the principle is there, that definitely helps to produce the heat and cook the food. That's which could produce heat to cook the food. Is it clear question? Interface? No, Nana. Amulya, it's not. What is the principle involved in micro oven which could produce the heat, to cook the food? Not Gautami, you are a little closer, but not that. You are in the direction, you are on the track. Use that reference, microwaves, and think about something related to water molecules. Gautami, good. Use that microwave, something, and water molecules. You should link with them. Something you have to think little bit. Put your effort. We'll discuss in the next class. And every class I'll give one question. So that way maybe you are also eager to know question what I am going to ask, and there will be some discussion too. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Stay at home. Stay safe. So can I close the class? Any question? Electromagnetic radiation? No. Yeah, I think take your own time. All of you guys. Right. Thank you so much. I'm closing that.